YouTube, you already know what it is. I got my boy Dion sitting in the chair. You know what I'm saying? I'm spinning him in a 360-degree angle so you can see every part of his head that I'm about to start to cut. But big shout out to Dion for coming to the shop and everything. But you already know he's gonna get that special presidential taper. So we're just gonna go and jump up into it right now. All right, guys, I'm gonna start combing his hair in the desired direction that he brushes it. So remember to always take your time, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm actually, you know what I'm saying, analyzing the head before I even start to touch it, you know what I'm saying, with the clippers. Oh, by the way, and speaking of clippers, this is gonna be all detachable blades. So sit back, relax, go get your popcorn. Make sure you pause the video before you go any further, because you know what I'm saying, at the end of this video, you don't want to miss nothing. I don't want you to be like, hey man, I should have paused the video when it popped my popcorn and came on back for the look at this ASMR barber tutorial. You already know I'm gonna slap that 1A blade on them octanes and go at it, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going straight in, bro, because you know what I'm saying, this 1A is actually a 1 if you was to use the plastic guard. But like I said, this is all detachable blade fade, man. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to everybody that comment on my videos, man. Major shout out to Rich Naturals. And speaking of Rich Naturals, bro, I did not know you knew how to cut like that, dog. I went to your channel and I checked out your videos, bro. Your videos is off the chain, bro. So, hey, upload more content. Shout out to Rich Naturals, man. But let's just get back into this video, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we're just gonna go and take that 1A and knock everything down even until we get to the next step. So come on, let's get it. After I cut his hair down with the 1A, I grabbed that brush and I put a brush session in. So remember to always brush the client hair, man, because you want to know where you're going. Don't try to figure out where you been. Try to figure out where you're going, you know what I'm saying? Because, hey, this haircut right here going to places, dog. So, yeah, I put a little brush session in and, you know, continue to with the next step. All right, guys, you know what I'm saying? I just want to tell you something I used to do when I first started cutting hair. I put my first initial guideline in on his left side, then I jump to the back side and put a first initial guideline in, and then I go to the other side and put a first initial guideline in. Then I start the process. All right, we're about to make the magic happen. After I brush his hair down, remember I put the first initial guideline in with the trimmers. Now I have my OA blade on. I'm actually going like a finger's width, you know what I'm saying? And you can already tell that the OA blade is taking off what I want. That's what I like about the detachable blade. But if you notice in the vertical bars, his hair grow like forward, so I had to cut back, you know what I'm saying? Because you always cut against the grain. But it's not going to take no time for this haircut to be done because, you know what I'm saying, the second initial guideline is already there. So let's just get into it until we get to the next step. Well, if you was in barber school, you know what I'm saying, the average barber instructor would tell you, you know what I'm saying, after the OA, you're supposed to use the 1A. No, not from Black Prince to Barber, because, you know, me, myself, I want to start debulking, you know what I'm saying, so I can see where the fade is started to take effect at. So I'm going to slap that 1.5 blade on, and I'm just going to debulk that area because that's my stopping point right there. Right there underneath the 1.5 where I'm stopping it, that's all I need, bro, because the rest of it can just get blended in along with the fade that I'm debulking. So yeah, you can double skip your blades, but always go back to the blades so you can do detail work within that section that you are debulking. All right, guys, before I go with my next blade, I'm gonna brush the hair down. Now I jump back to my 1A blade because, you know what I'm saying, I'm starting my fade down technique right now. But don't forget, I'm gonna blend that parietal ridge area, but I always started my fading zone first so I can see my blend, you know what I'm saying, compressed to my fade. But remember to always use your corners, brush the hair, and you know what I'm saying, just be thorough with everything. As you notice, his hair grows backwards, so I had to cut his hair forward. You know what I'm saying? You always cutting against the grain, you know what I'm saying, so you can see your fade start to take effect. And like I said, you notice I'm using the corners of the blades. It really don't take that much to use the blade because, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to use the whole blade because you'll be knocking that fade up. I mean, it's just like I'm using my blades as thinning shears. Okay guys, now I fall back with my one blade. The only thing I'm doing right now is just actually debulking or taking the line out with the one from the 1A, because you know what I'm saying, remember I'm doing my down fade process. So remember to always use your corners, go into X motion, because like I told you on my other video, I told you guys to go into X motion. That's the best thing to do because you actually cross graining when you go in that desired direction. But remember to always brush the hair, use the corners, and you know, whatever dark areas you see, you know what I'm saying, just go ahead and take them out as you go. And whatever blade you have on, make sure you get all the work done with that particular blade, because each blade plays a very important role, man. I just want to let you guys know. So let's just get into it. Now guys, when you see me jump back to certain blades, like this the OA blade I have on right now, I'm using the corners. I'm just actually doing light detail work because I'm almost done with this side. But remember, I have to get in the blending section, but remember to always go back to the blade that you need to refer to when you see dark spots. Now I have my Stylecraft Instincts. I don't actually have them all the way closed. I have a notch from being, you know what I'm saying, closed. But I'm using the corners of them. As you notice, every clipper or every detachable blade I use, I always use the corners, because you really don't cut, well, you cut hair with the whole guards or the whole blade. But once you're doing detail work, man, remember, detail mean, you know what I'm saying, you just take your time. So the only thing you gotta do is just use them corners and, you know what I'm saying, adjust where needed, and you know what I'm saying, just get the dark areas out like I said before. So let's get it until we get up to the next step. Alright guys, now I'm about to put my 2-guard on my Stylecraft Instincts. I had them Jones closed, man. You already see that parietal ridge area that I'm working in. That's a little thick right there, so you know what I'm saying, I'm about to start debulking that area so I can come back with the next following step. So let's just get it until we get it. Having my 1-guard on my Stylecraft Instinct, I'm just actually cutting it with the grain so I can smooth everything down so I can come back with the next following step. Alright guys, I'm gonna come back with my number 1 guard on my Stylecraft Instincts. The only thing I'm doing is just actually using the corner to feed up in that 1.5 area. And I am gonna be doing a little adjustment, so you know what I'm saying, that's gonna be played as well. But always remember to adjust, man. I know I keep on repeating the same thing in the video, but now I have my 1 guard closed, and I'm just actually trying to, you know what I'm saying, debulk that section so I can start on the next step. Still have my number 1 guard on closed. The only thing I'm doing right now is just actually knocking down the hair, just going with the grain, because you know what I'm saying, I want to smooth off everything to make everything flow as one. Referring back to my 1 blade, I'm just actually doing a little detail work before I even go with the grain, because you know what I'm saying, I'm about to smooth this side off so I can continue with the next step. So let's get it. All right, guys, whatever you do to one side, you're going to do it to the other side. So, you know what I'm saying, I'm kicking it out with the OA, and then I'm going to skip a blade and go to my 1.5. And then, you know, I'm going to take the 1A and go in between the 1.5 and the OA. I mean, it just might sound complicated, but you know what I'm saying, it's real. It is what it is. But after that, you're gonna take the 1A and just start just using the corners. But yeah, I mean, let's just finish watching this part right here and the back part until we get up to the edge up process. All right, YouTube, this is the most satisfying part to me, the edge up, because you know what I'm saying, I like to just sit back and, you know what I'm saying, just show myself what I can do. But a lot of barbers always talk about, I'm going to start on the weak side and then I'm going to work on the strong side. I'm going to tell you like this, man. I've been in the game for a long time. So I can start on either side. I can start on the weak side first. I can start on the strong side first. But it don't matter, because at the end of the day, the edge up got to be straight. But with that being said, let's just go ahead and get to this edge up. Just see how this turn out, because the cut going to look good to me. But I want you guys to judge for yourself. So let's get it. All right, guys, if you stuck around long enough, this is how my boy came in, you know what I'm saying? But we had a nice conversation, but he ended up looking like this when he came out. But big shout out to Dion for coming through, man. If you like the cut, man, make sure you comment in the comment section. With further ado, and yeah, this is detachable blades only. With that being said, may God bless. Peace.